Okay, this is a recap session of the poem, The Laburnum Top. The Laburnum Top, as I've given you the introduction yesterday, it's a poem by Ted Hughes. It's about a reaping relationship between the tree and the goldfinch bird. The laburnum is a tree with yellow flowers and seeds. It's basically a poisonous tree, which we can see that symbolizes death, sadness, right? And goldfinch somewhere symbolizes beauty and life. So the yellow bird has a shelter on the tree where she feeds her young ones. But as soon as the bird leaves to fly in the sky, the tree becomes silent and death-like again, right? So before we revise the paraphrasing, we're just going to do the summarization, what we did yesterday, what all the poem is about. Akshay, please start reading.
The poem starts with a description of the laburnum tree, whose top was still and silent. Its leaves had turned yellow and seeds had fallen down. It was a daytime in the month of September when the trees were standing still and deathlike. The lifeless tree becomes alive by the arrival of the goldfinch bird. She came to feed her younger ones, who are on the thickness of the branch. The tree is her shelter. She arrives at the end of the branch with the chirping sound. She further moves to the other side of the branch with rapid and precautionary movement like a lizard. As soon as she arrives, her younger ones started chirping like a machine and vibrating and flapping their wings. The death-like tree becomes alive and it trembles and shakes. After feeding them, she flies to the other side of the branch. Her dark-colored face with the yellow body was barely visible as she vanished behind the yellow leaves. She flew away in the sky, leaving the tree dead-like again.
Okay, so the poem starts with a description of the laburnum tree whose top was still silent. Its leaves had turned yellow and seeds had fallen down. So we get the impression here that it was autumn season, right? So the leaves, generally the leaves dry up in the autumn season and the trees shed their leaves. So it was a daytime in the month of September when the tree was standing still and death-like. So again, the word death-like is there because as I've told you, the laburnum tree, it symbolizes death, it symbolizes sadness, it's somewhere that pessimism feeling is there in the beginning of the poem itself, right? But the coming of the bird brings brings positivity. Now the tree is absolutely lifeless. It's absolutely silence. There is no charm, no signal, no symbol of life in it because even the leaves are dried up. So the lifeless tree becomes alive by the arrival of the goldfinch bird. Now goldfinch is a very beautiful bird. It's of yellow color. The yellow color is highlighted in the poem. The leaves are of yellow color. Then they say the bird is of yellow color, but goldfinch bird here depicts beauty and life. But that yellow color, it depicts sadness. So she came to feed her younger ones who were on the thickness of the branch. Thickness of the branch basically means where the tree is dense in between, where the tree is thick in between. Generally, the core, the middle of the tree has a lot of leaves, right? Perhaps they are not much affected by the strong wind or maybe by the birds or something, right? So the thickness is generally the interior of the tree is generally the thickness is much more. So the bird has come back and it has to feed its younger ones. So the tree is her shelter. She arrives at the end of the branch. She perches at the end of the branch with a chirping sound. The sound created by the birds is that chirping sound, right? A lot of onomatopoeia words are used here in the poem, as I pointed out those words yesterday also. She further moves to the other side of the branch with rapid and precautionary movement like a lizard. Now, a lizard is a very alert and abrupt kind of a creature. The moment you are close to a lizard, it, even at a distance, we are scared of a lizard because it's a poisonous animal and it gives that yuck kind of a feeling. It's that it has that ugly look. But more than us, perhaps lizard is scared of us. So it's very alert and abrupt. Abrupt is it's very rapid and random in its action. So the bird, like a lizard, it also moved towards the other end of the branch. Here there is a simile used. Like a lizard, sleek like a lizard is the line sentence used here. So it's a simile used here. As soon as she arrives, the younger ones start chirping like a machine and vibrating and flapping their wings. So you can also see, though this is the explanation, but still the words, the onomatopoeia words, the sound words are used here, chirping, vibrating, and flapping. The death-like tree becomes alive and it trembles and shakes. After feeding them, she flies to the other side of the branch. Her dark colored face with the yellow body was barely visible. Now, there are a lot of other literary devices are also used, like metaphor you will find, where the where the tree is compared to an engine, right? And the mask, her face is compared to a bared mask. That is also a metaphor used because it's a direct comparison without using the words like or as. So her dark colored face with yellow body was barely visible as she vanished behind the yellow leaves. She flew away in the sky, leaving the tree death-like again. Right? So the tree was again, when the goldfinch bird flew away, the tree again became lifeless. So we can say that is the central idea, theme of the poem. That is the mutual relationship between the tree and the bird. Right? To understand it in a better manner, we can understand that when all living creatures are living in an ecosystem, we are interdependent on each other. Right? Whether it is human or animals, whether it is human or plants, or whether it is plants or animals. Right? So here we find that mutual collaboration between the bird goldfinch and the laburnum tree. Am I clear with the explanation here, summarization?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I will take a, Akshat, please pause